visit Santa Monica and Venice, not too far from our setting today, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche NBA, a celebration of the amazing Latin culture in this league and its fans all around the globe. A great tradition we get to enjoy. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin. With Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter David Aldridge, and the Clippers starting five. Embiid is out there with Gobert. Then there's Irving. Then it's Pippen, and it's Irving in at the 2 spot. And for the Lakers, D'Angelo Russell out there with Hield. Then it's Kareem. Then there's Nowitzki, and it's Iguodala in at the small forward. Opening day, Chris, in your experience, which types of teams tend to start the season well, starting strong?
2 types. One, the team that has been forgotten about and left out. The team that had a disappointing season the year before, and no one knows the pain that they went through all summer long, waiting to get back to that moment. So they've been incentivized for half of a year to come back and say, wait a minute, it's our turn now. And those teams are sneaky under the radar.
A little chip on their shoulder.
Yeah. And then secondly, I would say veteran teams. Teams that know what they want, teams that are focused and saying, wait a minute, we know this is a marathon. Let's take our time, warm up, and stick to the principles right away, and we'll end up in the right place.
Kept alive. Here's Nowitzki. Gobert with the block. Pass to Irving. And Dr. J slams it in.
And you love the quick ups, but then how about that explosiveness on the finish? Irving, man, he just has incredible hit.
Now here's Nowitzki. Back to Russell. Passes it to Nowitzki. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. We're about 1 minute into the first. Hield outside to the paint. Just 5 on the clock. Iguodala kicks to Nowitzki.
The length of the beat really bothers shooters. I love how he uses it on the defensive end. Cold start for the 3 shots, 3 misses. Good thing it's early.
On the wing, Irving. He's guarded by Russell. And that one's good, Irving.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Now here's Hield. Russell looking around. From deep. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Their focus next trip has to be getting a high-quality shot. I mean, they don't want to start the game 0-5.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, and Greg, they've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and that helps account for their lead.
And here's Russell following the 3-pointer by Kyrie Irving, and it goes down 2 points.
That was a long time coming. It took them 5 attempts to get their first bucket.
The Clippers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Tipped away and stolen by Russell. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. last game for the Lakers, it was a loss to the Rockets. Irving passes to Embiid. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Lakers trail by 5. He has a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Frank Vogel had a few minutes to share with you, and he knows they've got their hands full trying to stop Kyrie Irving, arguably the most creative offensive weapon in the game. They'll try to make him work at the other end to expend some energy, but it's easier said than done. Evan?
Okay, David, thanks. Here's Irving after Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scored. We've got 1:48 left in the first. No good.
And that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
No, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
Here's Embiid. Nice D from Nowitzki.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Irving against Teal. Tries it from the top of the key. Here's Embiid. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Both teams changing it up here. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. Some changes for the Lakers. Paul's checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. Kevin Huerter comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Alec Burks subbed in for Buddy Hield. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Matthews is checked in. Harper kicks to Embiid. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Paul. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Yeah, excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
They need this one, and it's blocked. Beverly against Harper. There's the pass to Pascal. He kicks it to Burks. Here's Huerter, guarded by Pippen. That's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by the Clippers. Dishes it to Embiid. And a closely contested, grit and grind first quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by 1. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Coaches, basketball fans, it's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Setting the pace early, G.A. I like this aggressive mind state. I love this approach so far.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Matthews. Embiid is out there with Pippen. Then there's Favors. And it's Harper in at the 1. And he gets the bucket. Embiid's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Clippers.
And the touch Embiid has on his jumper, I mean, looking so soft and accurate, coming out his hand.
Beverly, the pass to Fall. Cross contact on the first shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. There's a lot of people that say, Chris, the European players are more fundamentally sound overall. Are they right?
Well, I think when you look at a guy like Doncic or Dirk or Porzingis,
yes.
You're taking the best of the best and you're creating the whole field. So I can't say overall. I would say they've had some players that have come in and wowed us, and that's awesome. But also you have those guys going pro at the age of 13, 14, 15 years old, and so I think they may miss out on some of the other things that the life has to offer, like a normal high school experience, those type of things. But I tell you what, it's a copycat league and it's a copycat game, and so once you see players that are 7 foot coming over, shooting, passing, dribbling, I think you can say guys like Kevin Durant and others, I think you can say they're pretty sound overall. So I don't buy into that theory, but I do think for a lot of Europeans, being a professional early helps you transition into the NBA a little bit better maybe than guys coming out of college off of 1 year.
I would agree. The Clippers in the lead. It's Pippen on the wing. Defended by Beverly. Shots good by Pippen.
Yeah, Pippen using those long arms inside to get shots off. Feels like no one can guard it down low.
Beverly, the pass to Pascal. Embiid with the steal and pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. And the slam dunk by Pippen.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Oh, exactly right. Momentum shifting plays like that can change the tone of the game.
And the Lakers with possession here after the Clippers pick up 2. Shot clock at 5. Bounce pass from Beverly. Here's Fall. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
And the Clippers call time here. A platoon swap here for the Lakers. The Clippers also making some changes. Rudy Gobert is checked in for Joel Embiid. Irving comes in for Pippen. And Irving subbed in for Harper. Now here's Gobert. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Now the dish to Favors. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And playing with a lot of fire now. They had a tough start in that first quarter. Didn't shoot it well, but didn't let that discourage them. And now they're showing what they can do offensively.
That one misses for Favors. And so it's Iguodala. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. It's a 5-point game. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers, and in his words, was kicked on the way out. He's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, "It's a heck of an accomplishment. And respect from your peers, coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling." And Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you. The Clippers shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
No good on that one.
And guys, it's crazy. He really was a late bloomer. You know, Irving didn't have the big-time amateur career you hear about with some stars. But boy, he's more than made up for it.
No good on the second free throw.
That's not like him at all. I mean, he's been so steady up to those.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar. The Clippers grab the miss. Gobert's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Well, they call Rudy Gobert the Stifle Tower, probably the game's most dominant rim protector.
And in today's game, that's not enough. You also have to come out of the paint and defend smaller players in switches. He straddles those two needs better than anyone in the league.
Here's Hield following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Hield kicks to Iguodala. Back to Hield. Matthews with a steal. Outside Irving, and Dr. J slams it in.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right now, it feels like they can't miss. We'll see how long they can make this last.
Offensive rebound. Nowitzki goes back up. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's his only option.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And a look back at his numbers from the free throw line last year, 78%, so not too bad.
The first one falls. Nowitzki hits them both.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
And here's Irving. 5 points in the game. A floater. Here's Gobert. Rebounded by Abdul-Jabbar.
Very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lane.
Right side Russell. Wide open. And the jumper falls for him.
Oh, no doubt that Buddy Hield can shoot with the best of them. It's encouraging watching him share the wealth as well.
Outside Matthews. Back to Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Sinks the 15-footer. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
What a great play. Totally schooled the defender on that one.
Irving against Russell. On deep. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so that's the end of the first half. Clippers ahead. They lead by 7. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this session. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were on a nice little roll in that opening period as they got their lead up as high as 7 points. They gathered some serious momentum in the second quarter, and as well as they played, it's a little bit of a surprise that their lead isn't more than 7 points here at the half. And let us get your thoughts, big fella, on the Clippers.
Uncle Drew is putting on a scoring clinic. Love his instincts on offensive end, making the right play time after time.
And Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Lakers.
Well, they're trailing in this game because they're shooting under 35%. Now, I've got to give a lot of credit to the defense, forcing the shooters off their spots and making them feel uncomfortable. But if someone takes something away from you, you have to be able to adapt. So they need a whole new game plan because right now they're in trouble.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Clippers leading by 7. Nowitzki is out there with Iguodala. Then it's Hield. And there's D'Angelo Russell. And it's Abdul-Jabbar in at the 5. That's the Laker 5. Now, here is Irving. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound. Fast break, the Lakers. Here's Russell with the 3. Tries again. And it's Abdul-Jabbar getting it to go. Abdul-Jabbar's got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Lakers. Now Irving. He has 7. Pass to Embiid. Outside Irving. for three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And Irving's got 10 points in the game. Injuries can play such a big part in a player's career. Which guys strike you, Chris, as the biggest what-if stories had they stayed healthy?
Wow. I mean, you got to start, in my mind, I got to go to, a guy like a Grant Hill. He was Mr. Triple-Double. He and Jason Kidd, to me, were almost the same players, just in different bodies. When Grant started his career off in Detroit, and see him get injured, man, that just hurt me because he had so much potential. Even though he had a great career, I still think about him. How about Greg Oden? He got hurt his senior year, had to shoot free throws with his left hand, and then he comes into the league, and the big fella just had to battle injuries and feel sorry for that big fella because he was so skilled in the game.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Outside Irving. From 11 feet away. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Heel dishes to Russell. Iguodala outside. Six to shoot. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Embiid's got 5 rebounds tonight. On the wing, Irving. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
The offense scuffled a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Here's Hield. That falls. Nice speed that time from Andre Iguodala.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you.
Shooting 2.
That one is off.
Simply put, one of the best small forwards of all time. A defensive powerhouse and a fearless scorer.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. The Clippers also making some changes. Favors comes in for Gobert, and it's Harper in for Irving. No good at the stripe this time. The second misses also. Lakers trail by 4. Herder passes to Beverly. Here's Paul. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Burks can't get it to go.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to protect home. His scoring has not been there at all tonight. I mean, it tells you a lot about their team that they have the lead anyway. I'm not really sure I've ever seen a center who can play bully ball in the paint, then step out and hit the 3, then give you the handles in the mix like Joel Embiid. I mean, him and Boogie Cousins are really the only 2 that come to mind.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. You're not going to miss me.
Irving. Clock up 2 there. Irving's got 8.
And Harper brings a lot of physicality to the table. Also solid at cutting the D apart with his passing.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Herder passes to Fall. That one falls. He's got 8.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Irving against Burks. Irving, good.
This system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
Lakers trail by 6. Fall passes to Burks. Lets it go from 11. The Clippers grab the miss.
That's a break for the D right there. I mean, he takes advantage of open looks inside more often than not.
Beverly against Pippen. Kicks to Embiid. From outside, off the mark. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We've got more in store for you right after this. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their opponent to, not that time.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Harper. Favors is out there with Embiid. Then it's Matthews. And it's Irving in at the small forward. Now here's Hield. Here's Nowitzki. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Embiid. That free throw, no good. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And he's good on the second. Here's Irving. Teardrop shot. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound. Nowitzki's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Shoots from the line. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Hield.
Hield doesn't fear anyone. Phenomenal in keeping his eyes on the rim. He enjoys sinking these tough shots.
Irving looking over the floor. Tries from 10. That's good on the jump shot.
Don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Beverly, the pass to Nowitzki. Shoots over Embiid. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Yeah, with no defensive pressure at all, you've got to be able to make that exchange.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for the Lakers. D'Angelo Russell comes in for Patrick Beverly. Rudy Gobert is checked in for the Clippers. Harper with the ball. Pass to Embiid. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Clippers lead by 7.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Outside, Russell. Uncovered. And the Lakers get it back. Gobert with the block. Here's Irving. And Dr. J slams it in.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
Perfect timing. With a small lead, they're doing all they can to protect it.
Now, here is Russell to the inside. Nowitzki, good, and the assist goes to Russell.
Using outstanding floor awareness there. Russell's ability to pick apart the defense and find the open man.
And the Clippers call time here.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
You know, that's what coaches are paid to do, right? I mean, curious to see what they go with here.
Pippen's checked in for the Clippers. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Doc Rivers talking with his team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Look, he runs, jumps like a gazelle. Iguodala, a special person and athlete.
Andre Iguodala. And he makes the first.
Oh, he turns it up. And though Iguodala has become a long-range shooting threat, he still managed to struggle from the line.
And Iguodala drops them both.
Boy, did they need those free throws to go down. They're definitely within striking distance.
Outside Irving. Over Iguodala. Here's Embiid. Abdul-Jabbar with the block.
And beyond the obvious physical skills, Kareem just has a great understanding for the game. Times his move perfectly to get that shot.
They get it again. Second chance shot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Embiid.
Yeah, easy call.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second.
And you're talking about one of the most decorated superstars in the history of college basketball, but maybe the most impressive feat. He won 3 national championships, and Kareem has a way of affecting winning.
And he ends up missing both free throws. Clippers leading by 5. Irving. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
And that one misses. And so it's Iguodala. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. That one goes. Counted.
And with the fast eyes, Iguodala finding the open man.
1:39 left in the fourth quarter. Embiid finds Irving. Nowitzki against Irving. 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range, the Lakers with the rebound. Abdul-Jabbar's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Russell against Pippen. Abdul-Jabbar in the post. Can't get it to fall. Here's Irving. Good. Nice job down low. And the Clippers lead by 7.
Well, here's the thing. Irving draws so much attention from the defense. I mean, there's always a guy left wide open.
Timeout called the Lakers. They're trailing by 7. There's 53 seconds left in the game. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Julius Irving.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Outside, Russell. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Nowitzki, and it's the Clippers with the rebound. Outside Pippen, over Iguodala, misses off the right angle.
Setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
Russell, Abdul-Jabbar trying to free himself up, and it's Russell missing. And here are the Clippers now. They lead by 7. Irving against Russell. Now, here is Irving. So the Clippers with the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.